enter the climatological heart of hurricane season in a couple weeks. So this is an appropriate time to mention 3 new products that the National Hurricane Center will be providing this year, all designed to help before a storm reaches shore. First, you may know that storm surge, the rise in water level that accompanies a landfalling storm, is often a hurricane's greatest threat to life and property. Evacuations are usually needed to keep people safe from storm surge. Last year, the Hurricane Center issued storm surge flooding potential maps, colorful and detailed charts showing where the storm surge would reach at least 1, 3, 6, and 9 feet. This year, a new storm surge product is operational, storm surge watches and warnings, to highlight areas where the danger of life-threatening inundation is possible within 48 hours in the case of watches, or likely within 36 hours for the warning. Next is a product still considered experimental, a forecast of the time of arrival of tropical storm force winds, about 40 miles per hour, a critical threshold because at that wind speed, preparedness activities become difficult and even dangerous. One chart will show the earliest reasonable arrival time, basically the soonest those winds could reach land, and then for those willing to accept a little more risk, a most likely arrival time graphic, the time before or after which the onset of tropical storm force winds is equally likely. Now for the third product, we need a refresher. The generic term tropical cyclone refers to 3 types of tropical systems. Depressions, which are lows that originate in the tropics and have a clearly defined circulation, but sustained winds less than 39 miles per hour. Tropical storm is the next step, winds between 39 and 73 miles per hour, and the storm gets a name. And finally, hurricane, if winds reach 74 miles per hour. In the past, the Hurricane Center only issued watches and warnings for named storms, but that's occasionally been a problem. A recent example was Bill in 2015, which flirted with the Texas coast, but didn't officially become a tropical storm until 6 hours before strong winds arrived on land. The Hurricane Center will now get around this issue by dubbing a storm a potential tropical cyclone if forecasters are pretty sure a tropical depression or tropical storm will develop less than 48 hours from the storm hitting land. Thus, NHC can now issue a watch or warning even before a storm meets the strict tropical cyclone criteria. This has already happened twice this year. Back on June 18th, warnings went up for some of the Leeward Islands for a potential tropical cyclone that became Tropical Storm Brett 24 hours later. The next day, a potential tropical cyclone was identified over the Gulf of Mexico and warnings were issued for the coast. That disturbance became Tropical Storm Cindy the next day. Residents got 30 hours of lead time compared to just 9 hours had the old system still been in place. 5 tropical storms have already developed this season, but only Cindy and Emily affected the U.S. The next 5 storm names will be Franklin, Gert, Harvey, Irma, and Jose. Stay tuned. Ben Reppert has the extended forecast next.